Hello everyone. So we have 4 rankers of November 20 attempt, and the reason why they are here is they have all got into Mahindra and Mahindra, and we'll ask them what was their experience in Mahindra and Mahindra, how they got in. So I'll quickly give their introduction. We have Ayush, All India rank 8 in final, All India rank 2 in IPCC, and still cleared CFL level 3. We have Bhavya, All India rank 23 in final, and we have Shreya Joshi, All India rank 15 and All India rank 18. And we have Devanshi, who has secured All India rank 29. Bhavyam, Shreya, and Devanshi have done their articleship from a mid-sized firm, and Ayush has done it from Big Four. The first topic is, the first agenda point is, what are the ways to get into Mahindra and Mahindra, and how did you get into, or how did you get a chance to work at Mahindra and Mahindra? So we'll start with Shreya.
Yeah, so thank you first of all for having all of us here, and it would be like of great help for others as well. I'm sure about it. So for answering your question, I would say there can be a number of ways like applying through LinkedIn or from internal sources, but for us, for all of us, a placement company had approached us, and a group was created wherein we got the lead about this interview, and they approached us regarding everything like the dates and forwarding of resume, everything. So we all got into through the same way.
Yeah, so I guess all of you got through the same cycle through a placement agency. Yeah, and is there anything specific you had on your CV because of which you landed to the shortlisting round? So do you have like, we all know that you all are chartered accountants with a rank. So the first thing is rank necessary to get into Mahindra and Mahindra?
So I would like to take that.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. As far as I understand, for the GMC program, that is the Management Trainee Program or the Future Leader Program of Mahindra and Mahindra, what I understand is a rank in CA final is a prerequisite. But then again, college and a rank in IPCC or your Big Four articleship is not a necessary thing. So that is it. But what happens is there's a placement drive wherein a placement agency approaches all the rank holders and then they run this drive. So there are various processes like GD, interviews, psychometric tests, which we go through to get into Mahindra and Mahindra GMC program.
Understood. So there is no specific criteria of a rank, or it's not the only criteria. There are various criteria. It can be rank, it can be number of attempts, it can be regular college, it can be extracurricular activities, it can be other courses apart from chartered accountancy. So everything plays a role. How good was your articleship? What was your experience? Everything would play a role. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get into the recruitment process. So Bhavyam, would you like to tell us what was your first round and how did it go? What are the topics you were asked?
So the whole recruitment process can be broken down in 3 phases. The first phase is your psychometric test, right? And I think it's relatively simple, not that complex. Basically, how I attempted that psychometric test is that I was completely honest about it. I didn't really try to manipulate, or most people do, but I was completely honest about it. I don't know how exactly it gets evaluated or what. So after the psychometric test, we have a GD, and after that GD, we have a personal interview. Which the GD and the personal interview are conducted on the same day. So that's the broad line about the recruitment process.
Understood. So as I understand, first it was a psychometric test. Then few people must have got filtered out. Then there was GD, and then there was PI. So were there multiple PIs, or like you had only one PI?
A single PI. A single.
Okay,
PI.
a single PI. So it's comparatively like a letter,
Simpler.
like lower level,
Yeah.
level of filtration. So what do you think? Which was the major, Devanshi, which was the major filtration process in the entire recruitment process, where the number of people got drastically down?
So just to add to Bhavyam's point, in psychometric test, there is nothing technical that they're going to ask. It's just going to be all your interpersonal skills and what is your personality as an individual. And the major filtration, I guess, happens after the GD. So the number of students, number of candidates going for the personal interview reduces drastically after the group discussion round.
Okay.
And then comes your PI round.
Understood. So GD is the game changer, you must say. So
Yes,
can you share what were your GD topics? In case anyone, was it only about current affairs? Were there abstract topics, or how can people, like, how have you prepared for it? Like any ideas on that would help our viewers for preparing for their GDs as well.
So mine was a abstract topic,
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay.
I think Shreya was in the same GD, and I don't know about Devanshi. Yeah, please, Devanshi.
Understood. So you and Shreya were on the same GD panel. Devanshi, what was your topic about?
So again, mine was also an extract. So just to summarize, it was a senior doctor of a hospital who had to take a decision about a case given in hand. So again, it was nothing to do with current affairs or anything of that sort. It was just to say that in a situation which is very complex and you have to take decision on the spot, how do you really go about with it?
So it was more or less situational driven.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to tell everyone, all the viewers, that what exactly in GD is how you present yourself rather than focusing on the topics. Of course, if current affairs or some technical topics are asked, knowledge would be tested. But how you present yourselves and how you come up as a team is also checked, is what I believe. And I think we have to be ourselves while presenting to it, so that we would be the best fit for the organization. Rather than bluffing or manipulating, just be who you are and you will be there.
Okay, that are really,
And
this was really good points. Bhavyam.
Yeah, just to add to Shreya's points, actually they also check whether your integrity and your ethics in GD. Like the topic which Devanshi was telling about, we also had that same topic, and I still remember that there were a few candidates who were saying that, okay, khalas kar do. So the ethics were checked, right?
Yeah, I remember I was on the same panel as well. So yeah, great.
So
yeah,
mine was
so candidates started to do some cost-benefit analysis whether about the doctor's decision. So that was pretty wrong from an ethical background. So that was also tested.
Understood. Ayush, go on.
But my experience was a different one. I was given a topic from current affairs. It was like it was about cashless economy. So can India go for a cashless economy, and is India ready for a cashless economy, was the topic of my GD. And one more topic that was given is how can India become a 5 trillion economy. So these were the two topics that were given in our attempt on the current affairs front. And then this was this topic on euthanasia. So there were typically, I believe, 6 groups. And in the GD, the process was like there were 10 people in one single panel. Each one of them was given 1 minute each to introduce. Then there was 10 minutes where there was an open discussion among the panelists. And then there was again 10 minutes where each one of them got 1 minute to conclude. So this was the process of GD. And after this GD, the people who were shortlisted got selected for the PI round. And before that, we had one psychometric test, which was Harrison test basically. There were 9 or 10 statements which we had to arrange in the order of our preference. So there were 9 such set of questions, and then after those 9 sets were over, we got fresh 9 sets where all these previous 9 sets were jumbled.
Understood.
So after these the completion of 18 set of questions, we had to submit, and then they assessed our personality on the basis of that test. So these were the 2 steps.
So a lot of
which we had our
cross checking was there in that psychometric test.
Okay.
Just
got it.
Questions were repeated again and again.
Yeah, Devanshi.
Also in the group discussions, since it's going to be a virtual platform, all the candidates should ensure that you don't cut off each other's points. So typically, if you're on a virtual platform, you won't be able to understand who is going to speak and who is going to bring the point up. So if somebody brings a good point up, please appreciate that, because that will increase the quality of your GD. The point is not who is going to speak more, the point is how much quality you're going to put into it. So just don't cut each other's points in the GD.
Great, great. Any other any other points which you would like to put forward for GDs, or can we move forward to the next agenda?
So coming down to the interview front, like all of us had different interview experiences. At that point in time, I was attending the MVP at IIM Indore conducted by ICI. So I knew a few of the candidates who were there. So some were having technical topic questions, like they were being asked technical questions. But mine was a different kind of a question where I was basically asked about myself, about my experience during my articleship days. Why should I join Mahindra? Why should Mahindra take me? And it was more about HR questions about the organization. And then they were testing my decision making capability. Like they had asked a question where they said that if you are, say, a CFO of the organization and a salesman comes to you asking how does he contribute to the profits of an organization, what would you tell him and how would you convince him? So these were the kind of questions which were being asked to test your decision making capabilities and all. And then I had 30 minutes of stress interview where they were asking questions from my psychometric test results.
Okay, so this was quite a different experience, I assume. Like Bhavyam, Devanshi, Shreya, what was your experience like? Or was it, plain vanilla technical question round, or was it also something which Ayush has, encountered? So yeah, Shreya.
So I think.
Yeah. Okay, Bhavyam, go on. Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, Bhavyam.
Yeah. Okay. So I think my interview was quite different. It lasted somewhere around 20 to 25 minutes, and there was a mix of both technical questions and some standard HR questions, right? Which is generally asked, and people generally prepare for it. So I think when I was actually attempting those HR questions, those standard HR questions, I was actually I was quite natural to that. Okay, and quite natural and quite honest to that. After giving the interview, I started to, and especially after getting selected by M&M, I researched about the company and I got to know about their RISE philosophy. Okay, and when I look back to the answers that I gave, those answers completely reflect that RISE philosophy in Mahindra. So I think that played a critical role in my selection.
Understood.
True, Bhavyam, I would like to add, yeah. So I would like to say that what Bhavyam said, be honest and be yourself, as I said earlier as well. Don't bluff at all, because you're going to work with those people. So they are going to look at you, what you talk in the interview. And if you are the right candidate, they are going to hire you. It is better for you as well as your organization. So coming to my interview round, it was more of behavioral, as both of them said. It was more of HR questions, but those were not standard questions. I would say those were situational. What would you do if this thing happens? Then what challenges you have faced in your life? What was the major thing that pulled you down, or what was the challenge? And depending on the previous question, the next question was coming in. So I would say be honest, because whatever you're going to answer, that should be the truth. That should not be something like this is the standard format of the answer and we have to give it, because the next question may come in continuation with the previous one. So please do not bluff about anything and be honest.
Understood.
Just to add what Shreya said, actually in interview process, the industry leaders are present. Like those are the top leaders that are present in the interview. So if you're going to lie to them, they will catch it in a second. So it's better to be honest.
Correct. Devanshi?
Yeah, so mine was very similar to Ayush's experience. So it was, I guess there was no technical question. They were trying to assess my psychometric results. So they asked me what are my strengths and weaknesses, and then they tried to match that with what their result was showing. Then they asked me how did I work around my weakness, And also before the psychometric, we generally fill a questionnaire that they have, which wherein they'll ask you what is your purpose of life, or what was what are the challenges you have faced till date. So then they ask me more on those lines, that how do you explain this purpose? What have you done in this direction? Or what do you plan to do about what you have mentioned? So it was more of behavioral, and as Shreya correctly pointed out, please be honest, because this is typically about who you are as an individual. So it's just better to project yourself the way you are. It is going to really reflect when you go ahead.
Great, great. So, as I understood, everything was done on the same day, and at the end of the day, you were, given an offer letter. So, how was that feeling? I guess this was the, uh, I guess must have been your best day of your life, apart from the CA final results, obviously. And how did you take it? What were the frame points which which you considered before accepting their offer letter? And were you expecting to get a job offer as well? So we'll start with Ayush.
Yeah, so we the entire process finished off in the very same day, and we got the offer letter. So like compensation wise, Mahindra happens to be one of the top three companies when we look at tier one companies. So that was one criteria. Next, it happens to be one of the largest business houses in India, and it has its presence across multiple sectors, around 22 sectors, and with a console revenue or turnover of about 1 lakh crores. So yeah, it happens to be a very big group, and it is also having a huge, a very good social presence. Like Mr. Anand Mahindra is always into donations and charity as well. So the group is very good, and the kind of work that is given is also very good, because we put at par with the MBAs who come down from IIMs and other big tier one colleges. So the compensation and the profile happens to be the same. So that is what I was looking for.
Great, great. Any other points you
Adding
want
to
to add in?
Ayush, yeah. Adding to Ayush's point, I would say that yes, Mahindra is the most looked group, and also it is one of the best employers. I'm not saying it from my side, but it is in the world ranking also it's best. So also I would say the diversity that Mahindra offers and the challenges that we most of us are looking for our development, for our growth, along with the organization's growth. So that is what I saw in Mahindra. Also in the pre-placement talk that had happened, it was wonderfully explained that how we are going to be placed, and how this program is going to be, and the rotations, internal mobility was also very good. So I think a diversified exposure, and of course the brand, no one can beat that. So yeah.
Great, great. So yeah, the last question would be, uh, what role are are you into, and what has been your experience until now? Like, say, I think 1 month is already over, and you all joined on 1st of April. So how was your experience for the first month, and what is your role? So let's start from Devanshi.
So typically they have, we have 4 stints of 3 months each. So my first stint is in financial services business, where I'm looking at the financial models of the loan sector. So one of the major things that I find very interesting is you get to be a part of a lot of meetings and discussions. So and those meetings and discussions are strategic level meetings. So you get an insight into how the planning happens, not just the numbers, but how do they plan their strategies, or how they want to take their business ahead. So that is one very good advantage of being a trainee, that you get to see the operations and strategy side, both of it. As far as experience is concerned, it's really been a good one, and it is challenging enough. I would say definitely it's challenging. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be quite a learning experience. So I guess it's worth putting your efforts and learning something out of it. So all in all, it has been a wonderful journey till now.
Great, great. Bhavya?
So my department, like the department which is given to me as a home department, it's M&A. So as Devanshi rightly mentioned, that there are going to be 4 stints. So amongst those 4 stints, 1 stint would be in M&A, and the 3 stints would be in other departments in the group corporate office. So so 1 month has passed in the M&A department, and this is the one thing that I love about Mahindra, or a conglomerate, from the angle of a conglomerate and their M&A department, that I would get to work on all sorts of assignments, like buy side transaction, sell side transaction, merger transaction, alliance or JV or whatever. So that is something really amazing, and it's the whole reason why I chose Mahindra instead of getting into an investment bank. You get to do all types of roles. It's very comprehensive, and from learning perspective, it's fantastic.
Great, great. So thank you, Bhavyam, for your inputs. Shreya, can you go?
Yeah. So in my first stint is in real estate sector, which is Mahindra Life Spaces Developers. So I would say what I have been observing in this first month, it is full of learning and full of insights. I'm working with top level people, as Devanshi said, we are part of meetings and discussions. It is a very good point, guys, because we get to know, we'll get to learn about what and how these people think, and really it's wonderful learning experience as of now, and I believe that it would be the most wonderful thing of joining Mahindra.
Great,
So,
great,
yeah.
great. Yeah, Yash.
Yeah, so my home sector is auto and farm sector, which is the flagship division of Mahindra and Mahindra. So the best part about being a part of the GMC program is that you get to interact with the leaders of the organization. Because there's a mentorship program where you as a GMC will have a mentor for 1 year, and the mentor is going to be someone from senior leadership. So my mentor is the CFO of Auto Division, Mr. Bharat Goenka. So that is the level of mentorship that you're given, and you get to interact with the leaders in various departments. So the first thing is in supply chain management relating to inventory management. So you get to interact with senior vice president and all, and they give you reading materials which you read, you go through, and then you discuss. So basically, it's all about learning experience. So the learning objective is set during the beginning, at the very initiation, and then you're required to go through the stint and then establish what you've learned out of it.
Great, great, Ayush. Yeah, so this was, the main agenda points we had. Thank you very much for making time and coming on this channel and sharing your views. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
Hey, hope you liked the video about the Mahindra & Mahindra CA Cohort 2021. For more such content, please do subscribe to our channel 3 of a Kind and hit the bell icon for immediate updates. Our country is fighting the second wave of a deadly pandemic. We urge you to please sanitize yourselves, stay safe, and do not venture outside without a mask. Thank you.